These are the sounds of a master at his trade. His name is Joel Greasehaber, and he is the owner of Albuquerque Luggage Repair, located here in the corner of San Mateo and Mountain in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Hi, my name is Joel Greasehaber. I'm the owner of Albuquerque Luggage and Zipper Repair Service. I wanted to tell a story of my life. I was born in 1953 to my parents, Patricia Walsh Greasehaber and W. Martin Greasehaber in Somerville, New Jersey. I graduated from Somerville High School in 1971, and it was a very good time. During that time, I was in marching band and took up music. I actually learned the art of drumming from the age of 14 in 1969. I also want to mention that 72 to 78 was a very interesting time in my life. After going to college for a year and really not being into it, I ended up starting the practice of transcendental meditation, or known as TM, which I went to Princeton University to learn that, very close to where I live in New Jersey. And it was such an amazing technique for deep inner restful alertness that I decided to become a teacher. In 73, I went off with my brother Jack to Switzerland, where we studied with Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. You might remember him as the teacher or guru that taught the Beatles in 1967. So I went to study with him about 6 years later. Having become a teacher TM, I came back to the U.S. and taught probably close to 300 people all across the United States. And then I decided to go back to college. In 79, I went to Rutgers University. I enrolled in college, and in 84 graduated with a business degree, graduated with honors in business management, and decided that now it was time to go west, as they say, go west, young man. So I ended up in Albuquerque, 1985, not by design, not by plan. It was just what was meant to be, my destiny. And I kind of look at Albuquerque as my point of fortune, not just monetarily, but kind of spiritually too. So after ending up here in 85, a very important landmark for me was I became a father. In 1987, my daughter Jessica was born August 25th, 1987 at Bernalillo County Medical Center. That brings us to 1988, when I decided to break out on my own.
How long have you guys been in business?
How long have I been in business? Well, I started Albuquerque Luggage Repair in August of 1988. So we've already entered our 8th year of business. Since we started in 888, we feel the 8th year means something lucky. We're looking for some big expansion.
Why did you start a luggage repair shop?
I never had any intention of fixing bags. I just like to fix stuff, and I don't know. I guess I enjoy being a professional bag man.
It started as just luggage, and then it branched out into purses, briefcases, leather goods. I do a lot of motorcycle gear. I fix zippers, heavy-duty zippers, light zippers. I do some zippers on clothing. I also do camping gear, sporting goods. I do golf bags. I do tents. So I tell you, it's never a boring, dull moment at the shop. So I'm just folding the ends of this webbing under so that it doesn't fray and it gives it more of a finished look. I decided that I put together my interest in recycling things and my desire to fix things. I like fixing things. To put those talents together and give people an alternative to the throwaway society by fixing baggage, leather goods, briefcases, purses, zippers, anything with zippers, Velcro, buckles, handles, when I started locks, in 1988, my mission statement was to give people an alternative to the throwaway society. We can fix it and save you money. Got 2 sliders now. Presto. And so I got the business going, and I decided to call it ABQ because everybody's baggage came out of the airport with a tag on it that said ABQ. So it was kind of a built-in advertising. So I decided to make that my logo, the ABQ logo. And it stuck and worked pretty good. I was actually only the second business to use ABQ here in Albuquerque. And now, today, everyone is using it. So after being in business for so many years now, I've done a lot of repairs. Zipper slider's done. It probably took me maybe 15 or 20 minutes, and it's working real good. So they're back in shape. What I'm going to do now is call the customer and let them know that it's done. Yes, this is a message for Richard or Margaret Griffin. This is Albuquerque Luggage Repair Service. We've got the bag done. Yeah, we've repaired a suitcase for them. And our phone number is 256-7220.
That's another one.
Yeah, and I'll make a note that I left a message with you. And they'll be pretty surprised because I told them it could be a couple of weeks and it's been 8 days. Somebody comes in and then I greet them and then just try to get into their world, try to get into their experience, you know. I believe it was this one here
Right,
we replaced. And I just went ahead and whip stitched it and put some glue because you already had this there.
Right.
I couldn't do much with that. But there's your new slider. It's looking good on your vent pocket there.
Perfect.
All right.
Well, I do appreciate the speed involved in everything.
And I eventually want to write a book called Memoirs of a Bagman. This book's going to be a compilation of the experiences of all the different people, a salient experience I can remember. 1996 is kind of an offshoot. I actually decided to put together my skills in building, sheetrocking, framing, electrical, a little bit of plumbing, all these skills. And I went and got my GB98, which is a general building license, better known as a contractor's license. I had built a little granny shack in my backyard, 500 square foot, basically a little home with a 3/4 bath in it, so that when my family would come to visit, they'd have a place to stay. And that made me want to get my GB98, which I used later on through the years to develop rental properties. My tenant, this is the other half, they leave the door open. They don't mind if I go in here to check on things. So, welcome to Las Tres Hermanas Spanish Academy. Las Tres Hermanas is three sisters that teach Spanish through immersion to both children and adults. And I suppose that one day, if I wanted to expand, I would be able to expand into this half of the building. But right now, I don't really need it. So I let them use it, and they're very good neighbors, and it's good to have them here. So I really kind of got my hands into a lot of different things, and that's how I got going on the GB98. In 2002, there was another hallmark for me. I learned the art of sport flying, which was really an amazing spiritual experience. I mean, just learning to run into the sky and trust that this wing called a paraglider that's going to come up is going to give you enough lift that you're going to actually be running, and the next thing you know, you're taking off and saying goodbye to the earth. It's a wonderful sport flying. It's called paragliding, and I do it both with a motor, powered paragliding, and paragliding without the motor, which is known as free flight. So I learned to do that in 2002. This was my first trike. I used a foot launch without motor on my back, and after a while, I didn't think it was doing my back any good, so I went ahead and got this very lightweight trike. It only weighed about 35 pounds, and a motor hooks on the back of the three-wheel trike. And once I bring my wing up, I roll and take off into the wind, and that's what it looks like. The Salton Sea in Southern California, and 7 years in a row I went to flying events out there, and you see a couple of our motors behind us there, the cages with the motor and 48-inch two-blade props on them. And in the picture there, you see from left to right my friend Ike, and then my wife in between, and then me on the right. I've done over 500 motored flights and 155 flights, free flight without the motor, mostly out of Torrey Pines, where I did all my training in San Diego. It's a lot of fun, but it's been an amazing experience for me. It's helped me to kind of break through barriers of fear, fear of the unknown, being able to run into the unknown, run into the sky and be able to take off, become one with the sky. In 2012, I decided to bring our dog, Tig, into the shop and give her a job. She became the greeter for Albuquerque Luggage Repair. She became kind of famous because in the 4 years that she worked with me until she passed in 2016, she greeted over 25,000 customers. And they would come in and she would kind of greet them, shake their hands, give them her paw, and they'd give her a treat. And after she passed, I got yet another dog that my wife and I adopted named Sadie, and she's carrying on the tradition.
Oh,
And
nice to meet you, Sadie. Really nice to meet you.
she would love to get a treat if you want to give her a treat. Sadie greets people as they come in. I mentioned my wife. I should say in 2013 was a very monumental experience for me. I married the love of my life, Marilyn Strube. She's originally from Oklahoma, born in Fresno, and ended up here in Albuquerque like I did. She ended up here in the beginning of 1987. We met on the dance floor in 2007, and in 2014, we had the grand opening of my new shop. We were located on San Mateo Northeast for 26 years. We were there for 26 years fixing bags, and I finally decided it was time to own some property. So I hunted around and found this great commercial condo in a strip mall in a very diverse, vibrant neighborhood known as Nob Hill in Albuquerque. It's along Route 66, known as Central Avenue, and the shop's been doing very well. So we had the grand opening there, and I've been there now for 3.5 years, and I am working on my 30th year overall with the business. I'm looking forward to 2018 because 2018 is going to be a celebration of 30 years in business. August of 2018. I started in 88, and in August of 2018 it will be 30 years. And we're going to have a big celebration. And this video is part of it.
Live every day as if it were the last, 'cause before you know it, time goes past and life's just not that long. Tell all you love that you love them so, because even if you do, they might not know, and one day we'll all be gone. Taste the wind, don't let it blow on by. Sing songs of love, let the music get you high. When it's said and done, you'll know the sun